Hello everyone, happy Thursday. You're over the hump day for sure, and coming up for a Happy Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all those who have been motherly to someone, or who are actual mothers, stepmothers, foster mothers, aunties, godmothers, adopted mothers, and birth mothers. Anyone who has been a mother to someone. There are millions of children that are in foster care, have been put up for adoption, have been, child abuse is a big thing. So just giving birth is not being a mother. Being a mother is nurturing, loving, supporting, and taking care of another human being. And to those, I wish you a very, very happy Mother's Day. My mother passed away 2 years ago on Valentine's Day, Helen Marzette. Happy Mother's Day in heaven. Also, my mother figures I'd like to give a shout out to. I have three. My auntie Annie Stevens in Detroit, Michigan, raised me from a child along with her children, as far as taking care of me, looking out for me, feeding me. I could spend the night over her home anytime I wanted to. My auntie Bessie Jones, I knew her my whole life growing up. One of my role models for being beautiful and dressing gorgeous and being smart and feisty. My godmother Pearl Bryant in Detroit, Michigan as well. Bessie Jones is in Detroit as well. I want to say rest in peace to my Aunt Callie Folk in Detroit, Michigan. She was everything to me. And my Aunt Claudia Everett in Detroit, Michigan. She was everything to me. Rest in peace to her. And a happy Mother's Day to my mother-in-law, Viola Banks, as well. Okay, so that was just in case I don't get a chance to see you guys or talk to you before Mother's Day comes. People are dying in hospitals at an alarming rate. They said it's right next to, actually it's a step above people who die in car accidents. Going to the hospital does not make you safe. There are so many mistakes that have been made by doctors in hospitals that people are dying at an alarming rate. So going to the hospital does not mean that you're going to come out. This is a very tragic situation. I mean, we've got to take accountability. And you know, it's really hard to file suit and sue doctors when they make their mistakes. So just want to throw that out there and let you know. Remember musical chairs? The baby boomers like myself, you would remember musical chairs. This generation would not. But musical chairs was like duck, duck, goose. And then you go around the chair and you sit. You know, the person who has the most aggression, actually, and the fastest is the one who wins the musical chairs. And now they're going to take it out of schools. They're saying that it leaves children self-conscious, those that lose and can never get a chair, which is ridiculous. Flint officials are finally being charged and held accountable for the lead water. Our president is in Flint, Michigan right now. I love Obama, but I have to laugh when he said he was thirsty and wanted to take a sip of the Flint water. And he wanted to drink some of the Flint water, but he actually just took a sip. Actually, he just looked like he put it to his mouth. That was it. So I don't know about that part. I feel sorry for the inmates and things in Flint, Michigan, because they're imprisoned and they are still being given that water, as far as drinking it, as far as bathing in it or showering in it, as far as in their coffee, their foods being prepared in their foods. It's really, really a shame. They're still saying that in Flint that people can bathe in the water, but they're not ready to drink it. The governor today tried to speak after the president spoke, and the audience would not let him, which was really funny. They booed him until he got off of the stage. He needs to resign as well. You know, it's weird that it has not been in the news about the young lady. She was the first person to file a class action lawsuit against Flint. She has a 16-month-old baby who has lead poisoning, and she was murdered in her home. Has not been a big deal about it. You know that there is something behind that. Sounds like it was a message to me. 19 years old, she was murdered in her home, shot to death. Her 16-month-old baby was still laying in the bed, so alive. Something very strange about that, and you see that this have not even been talked about. 500 Libyans in North Africa died on a sinking ship. That's not talked about, and right off the coast of Italy. Also, Tupac's mother, she died, but she was nothing like what happened with Prince. She left everything intact in her will. Of course, Tupac had no children, was not married, but his mother, Afeni, she did have a sister. She left the trust in charge with her lawyer, and whatever she's leaving the sister, that will be given to the sister, and all of Tupac's legacy, his images, and his likenesses, and his music that has been released or unreleased is all under this lawyer's care. This is the same lawyer that used to deal with Prince, but he said that Prince didn't like to do paperwork and didn't like to talk about death and dying. So you got to make sure you leave a will. The guy who called 911 at Prince's house, when Prince was found dead in the elevator, he actually is a licensed person to help people when they're detoxing off of drugs and pills. Now this is being investigated. They have a shot. It's called the Bring You Back shot. So when you completely OD, they can give you that shot and you come back. That's what they said that was administered to Prince when he was on his private jet and they had to make an emergency landing. Well, this guy was staying in his home for some reason, so this is being investigated. Also, I want to say happiness is a big realm. You can say you're happy, but what is real happiness? Real happiness consists of so many different things. Real happiness can be you being married to your soulmate, to someone that you love, and they love you back, and you trust them and they trust you back, and you grow together. Happiness is you'll be watching your children grow up, watching a beautiful sunset, or when the sun is rising. Happiness could be that you are completely healthy. Those that you love are healthy. Happiness is someone who is very sick and you prayed and they came back and they were all right. Happiness is, it means something different to everyone. So my point is, I wish all of you happiness in your own way, your own right, and I hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. Take care, and God bless. Take care.